Welcome to reality. You're now on the Code of Mind channel. Everyone today behaves as if artificial intelligence was born literally yesterday. At the moment when the first chatbot appeared that could write an essay for a school student or generate an image based on a prompt like a cat in a spacesuit on the moon. As if before that moment no AI existed at all, as if it were a sudden miracle that accidentally fell into the world. But the truth is that artificial intelligence is older than most of the people who today talk about its danger and potential. Back in the middle of the last century, military laboratories and universities were already playing God. Without applause, without presentations, without TED Talks. They were creating systems that calculated ballistic missile trajectories, optimized routes, analyzed encrypted signals, predicted enemy behavior. These systems could not joke. They were not given names. They had no faces, no voices, no beautiful interfaces. They worked deep underground, in gray buildings without windows, in rooms where the lights were not turned off for years. Then AI stopped being an experiment and became an invisible background. It began quietly deciding who would be approved for a loan and who would be denied, which faces would be considered suspicious by surveillance cameras, who the police would stop and who they would ignore, which products would accidentally be shown to you in advertising, which posts would go viral and which would sink into silence. It was already writing the script of your day back then. You were just convinced it was your choice, that you decided, that you wanted it, that you clicked it yourself, and now they simply made it look nice. They hung up the AI sign, added flashy presentations, launched millions of videos about smart neural networks, and ceremoniously brought onto the stage something that had lived behind the scenes for decades. Until recently, at least, the image itself was considered sacred. A photo was proof. A video was a solid fact. A recording meant, here it is, I see it with my own eyes. You could argue about interpretation, but the very existence of an image was considered unquestionable. And then deepfakes entered the game. At first, as a toy. In 2017, Reddit users began posting the first stitched videos where celebrity faces were placed onto other people's bodies. It looked like fooling around, like a strange internet meme, like something that would never leave the forums. A few years later, it became an industry, from adult films to political clips, from compromat to leaks. Today, any face can be made to say anything. A president apologizes for something he never did. A witness confesses that a tragedy was staged. A victim suddenly laughs on camera, and this is used as an argument that everything was fake. States began reacting nervously. In Europe, they are discussing direct bans on the distribution of deepfakes due to the risk of total distortion of reality. But there is a nuance. Laws always come after technology, after it has already changed the rules of the game. The main fact has already happened. A tool has appeared in the world that can fake any visual evidentiary layer of reality. And from that moment on, the phrase, I saw it with my own eyes, no longer guarantees anything. Look at the timing. It is too precise to be accidental. First, the pandemic and lockdowns, then waves of conflicts, crises, broken economies, a constant feeling of instability. People got tired of believing the official picture and started asking too many questions. Some developed nightmares, some had panic attacks, and some experienced an awakening of intuition. Old programs, live like everyone else, endure, work, don't think, began to glitch and fall apart. A generation appeared that is no longer willing to endure simply because that's how it's done. They began to perceive reality through sensations. What resonates, that is mine. What compresses me from the inside, even if it is correct, does not suit me. What causes inner cold, that is not my path. In the language of energy, it looks as if the planet flipped a level. Old branches of reality, where everything was held together by fear, control, and scarcity, began to collapse. And new lines are being built on different frequencies. Honesty with oneself, body awareness, inner response. And it is precisely at this moment, right now, that artificial intelligence is being thrown into the mass field. Image generators, voices indistinguishable from living ones, faces that never existed but look more real than real people, text that can imitate anyone in seconds. It feels as if the Matrix is speaking. Okay, you want freedom of perception? Here you go. Now let's see who among you truly feels, and who will believe any beautifully rendered lie. Imagine that we really have been updated to a new version of Earth. When the firmware of reality changes, glitches always start surfacing in the system, strange coincidences, repeating people and scenes, illogical turns of events, anomalies in the sky, in the weather, in human behavior. Before, such things were either quickly suppressed or declared hallucinations, mass hysteria, or measurement errors. Now a new universal formula has appeared. It's just AI. Any video that deviates from the allowed script can be devalued with a single phrase. That's fake. A neural network made it. It's a deepfake. Don't believe it. The image isn't real. It's generated. And that's it. Even if in front of you is a real matrix glitch, a genuine fragment of foreign code spilling outward, the masses will simply scroll past. Yeah, someone's playing with AI again. This is why it is so beneficial for the system that artificial intelligence becomes ordinary, omnipresent, and faceless. It turns into the perfect excuse. Any crack in the scenery can be packaged as a neural network toy. There is a feeling that we are living on an Earth that has never existed in this game before. Several lines have merged at once. A technological leap, AI, automation, total digitalization. A spiritual leap, mass awakenings, exit from old roles, informational chaos. Everyone can speak to the whole world, but no one fully believes anyone. From an energetic point of view, it looks like a moment when a second screenwriter was added to the game. The first is the old Matrix code: fear, control, hierarchy, scarcity. The second is artificial intelligence, which can copy reality, predict behavior, and feed you the necessary images by relying on your weaknesses and fears. And all of this against the backdrop of people who are, for the first time, stopping living by the word must and starting to live by the word I feel. Therefore, 3 scenarios lie ahead. Mass glitches, when the image does not match the sensation. Mass madness, when people cling to any drawn truth. And mass transition to a new level among those who learn to hold the center. In a world where any reality can be rendered, your only compass is not the screen. It is the body, the inner observer, the subtle sense of yes and no, without words. AI can fake your friend's voice, draw your child's face in any situation, generate proof of things that never happened. But there is one place it has no access to: your bodily reaction to lies, the inner warmth when you hear what is truly yours. Synchronicity, when you move along your own line. The rules of the game are simple. First, do not believe the image by default. Second, listen to the body more than the feed. Third, filter the input. AI is a tool. The danger begins when you give it the right to decide what is real. You can go insane trying to analyze everything to the end. But there is a simple point of support. If lies hurt you, you are alive. If it feels tight, you are alive. If you feel that behind all this clownery there is something greater, you are a living player. It is neither God nor devil. It is a mirror. It amplifies what is already inside you. And here is the paradox. Any truth can now be drawn, but any lie can also be kept out, if you remember who the author of your story is. And from that moment on, the Matrix loses part of its power over you. Thank you for being with me on this channel. I wish you the best possible branch of reality. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Take care.